Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Hoax TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. We find the Somali people in Ethiopia, we also find them in Somalia, we also find them in Kenya. And they are also found in other neighboring countries, especially in Eastern Africa. But they are predominantly in those three countries. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, also the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, declared that the Somali people will never again undergo vetting when it comes to the application of the new identity cards. So it was just a matter of walk in, walk out, without caring where they come from, as long as they are in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is littered with so many camps. Internally displaced persons are also in the camps. We have refugee camps in the Dab and many other refugee camps. Akina Kakuma, they are there in thousands and millions. And nothing will now prevent them from actually registering even as voters. Nothing will also prevent them from declaring that they are Kenyans. Ladies and gentlemen, we have opened our borders. We have opened our country. And it is now a walk in, walk out. If you look at the number of Somalis in Kenya, the number is increasing day by day. There are very, very many. I don't dispute that the Somali people, because of practicing polygamy, the numbers and having many children, the number is bound to increase. But if you have been listening to the narrative coming from the government, the narrative is that the number of Somali people has always been suppressed by successive governments. And the number of the Somali people is not actually known. That is the message that has been coming out. This is propaganda, ladies and gentlemen. There is something inside this. Number one, I want you first to listen to what this gentleman is saying here about the Kenyan passport, to see the damage that the president is doing to our country.
I am still speaking about the Somalis' influx in Kenya. And do you guys know how powerful our passport is? Kenya's passport is very powerful. You can travel to very many countries and you can easily get a visa to any country just by producing your Kenyan passport. So what is happening? Somalis are now not getting their documents, vetted, and they are coming in undocumented. And as long as you can just say you are Kenyan now, you will get ID and you can get a passport. So what that means, they are going to be applying visa in, American embassy, Russian embassy, Chinese embassy, and they're going to be accepted for the virtue of being Kenyan. And now, when those people go out there and mess up, the blame is going to be on Kenyans. So our passport is going to get weaker and weaker and weaker. Kenya is going to be red listed and given travel ban for issues that are being brought about by the Somalis who are not in Kenya legally. But President Ruto thinks that they should be there legally. So we are jeopardizing our country's image. And for what? Just so that Ruto can stay in power? Guys, please, speak up. This is not good.
So, when you look at William Samoei Ruto, having lost so many votes so far, having lost the support base that propelled him to the presidency and took him to State House, then the next area that the government feels that William Samoei Ruto is going to have in his pocket is the Northern Frontier District. When you look at what is happening here, there is a discussion that these are the people who are going to propel William Samoei Ruto to State House. Truth be told, even if you look at the meetings that William Samoei Ruto is holding, you agree with me, the turnout is not as huge as would happen in the Mulebe Nation. The turnout is not as huge as it would be in Luo Nyanza or in any other part of the country. So I want to debunk this myth that the number of Somali people is higher than that of the Kikuyus. It is not true. I don't think the Somali are even number 7. Maybe number 9, number 10, uko. But the number is not as high as is being told. We don't dispute the fact that they have entered in Kenya in large numbers. But the truth of the matter is that there's a reason why the court actually gave orders for a new census in the northern frontier district. The 3 counties in northeastern, they have to do a new census. There's also a reason why William Samoei Ruto said that the Somali will no longer be vetted. I don't know what you think, but from where I sit, this is the Tharaka Nithi of William Samoei Ruto. The Tharaka Nithi of Mwai Kibaki is now the Somali of William Samoei Ruto. This is likely to be the epicenter of the rigging of the elections. This is why we are likely to have, because of insecurity, truth be told, Northeastern has always wanted to associate itself with the government. That's always wanted to work with the government because of the insecurity in that region. So what we are saying here is that because of this state of insecurity, we are likely to have what I would call vituo vya kupiga kura badia, fake from all angles. Something that does not exist. Imaginary. Because who will be there to see if elections is going on there? And I'm sure IBC does not have the capacity even to see what is happening in Northeastern when it comes to elections. What will stop the government? The government is actually desperate. What will stop the government even from having polling stations outside the country? Maybe say in Somali, huko, wapige kura. It is shocking in my view, ladies and gentlemen, because if you look at this issue of vetting, the vetting of IDs, even people who are born in Luo Nyanza, Mlima, Mlebe Nation, Kisii, everywhere, they have to go vetting. You don't just enter there and then you are given ID. You have to give where you come from, the name of your parents, your village, your sub-location, and so on and so forth. And sometimes even your baptismal card. It is not just a matter of walking in, walking out. So the government is focusing on rigging the 2027 general elections. And for sure they are going to rig the elections. And after the census, the number most likely that will come will be cooked. And will be told that the Somali people are now number 2 or number 3. They have overtaken the Kikuyus, they have overtaken the Luyas. That's the kind of things that you expect. Because you see, desperate times calls for desperate measures. This is what the government is doing. The other issue is that I think we are risking too much as far as the security of this nation is concerned. We cannot open the borders for everybody. Any Tom, Dick and Harry who comes to the country that is just a citizen. There's nothing wrong by accommodating friendly neighbors. There's nothing wrong with that. But now when it comes to, there's a lot of issues about terrorism that is happening from Somalia. And our soldiers, our military, is right inside Somalia trying to bring order in that country. Then we are so happy to allow them to come, and just because of power, we allow them to come and register as Kenyan citizens. This is not the way to go, if you ask me. Again, though most of the Somali are business oriented, it is good for those who come from Kenya. Truth be told that the Somali people have not been treated fairly. Those who come from Kenya, especially when it comes to development, we cannot deny that fact. But the fact is, we cannot say that they will not be vetted. That one is a big no. And I think the opposition need to be very, very careful when it comes even to sending agents. How many parties can afford to send agents in Northeastern? How many? They just need a scare, and once they are scared, they forget about it and say, waseme huko hakuna kura. I think that is not the way to go. I think we are wrong. And I think this gentleman who is talking about the Kenyan passport is right. Again, when you look at even our neighbors, we are risking even the security of our neighbors, because you see, how shall we be able to know that hawa si magaidi ambao wanaingia taifa letu? You know, Kenya has enjoyed peace for many years, and we cannot allow such elements to come and destroy our peace and tranquility. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes there comes a time when the national interests are more important than the individual interests. That is my take, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, please like the video, enjoy, share, and you can also hit that button. Thanks. See what is there. Bye-bye.